It's now story time. You guys want to come on up? I have some pictures for you to see on the screen. So what do you guys like to eat? You like fish? Food. Any particular food? Broccoli. Does she really like broccoli?
Yeah, I like broccoli.
Yeah, well I do too. We just got surprised. That's cool. Do you like to eat food? What's your favorite? Tuna. Now, have you guys ever... Oh, good. You guys are very healthy. You're healthier than I used to be. I'm getting better, as you'll find out. We have a picture, Lyle, so get ready, get the picture. What has somebody made for these guys? What are those? Can you see? Does it look like? Cookies. Hit the next slide, Lyle. Uh-oh. What does the one boy say? I'm hungry, I don't want to share the cookies. But the cookies are for all of us. Do you ever do that? Don't answer that. Because if you do, there's a good lesson here for you. Oh, good. We each should take some cookies. Now let's see what the next slide was. Why don't we each take the same number of cookies? So how many cookies are up there, guys? Can you count them? Keep going. No, there's not 10. Rhea, tell me, help me. There's 7 cookies up there. So how many people are there to divide them amongst? 3. So how many each? Let's say Shelby, Corey, and Kyle had this many cookies. How many cookies would they each get? 2. And what would be left over? 1 cookie left over. So let's see what that comes up. There are, what does the one boy say? 2 cookies are not enough for me. Is that good? No, it isn't. Let's see what happens. I'm bigger and smarter than they are. I'm just going to take whatever I want. So question, who does this guy love? Does he love cookies more or his friends more? Is that a good idea? You're right, it's not a good idea, because look what happens in the next picture. Whoops, wow, you hit 2. I did that too. Where are you going? Away from you. We don't want to be around a greedy person. So, we're going to be talking about 7 deadly sins between now and Palm Sunday. And one of them today we're going to talk about is greed, wanting more and more. The problem is, if you want to hang around with somebody who wants everything, because they won't let you have nothing, anything, yeah. And so guess what? The danger with greed...
Sometimes my brother doesn't give me.
Your younger brother? Well, and what do you do about that? Nothing? Okay. Well, you see, sometimes the problem with greediness is that it breaks our relationship. What happens? Like, let's say you went to a hockey game with a Stings jersey on, and your brother wore a Knights jersey to the same game. Did you sit beside each other? Autumn kept you from fighting. That's good. So guess what? Being greedy, wanting to take stuff, and too much, it breaks our relationships. And who wants to be around somebody who doesn't share?
They will go away.
They will go away if we take everything. So it's important that we love God, and God calls us to love our brothers, our sisters, our friends. Okay? Good. You like cake? Cain? Oh, Cain is your friend. Do you share with Cain? Yeah? Good. That's important. So let's pray. If everyone could repeat after me, okay? Dear God, when we want more and more, we know that that is greed. And that's when we love ourselves more than you and the people around us. Help us to grow in love for you and those around us. And when we do wrong, help us to admit it and be forgiven. Amen. And then the Lord's Prayer we'll try and say together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And then our next song you're going to sing is entitled, Created Me a Clean Heart. Create me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Create me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, O Lord, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and renew a right spirit within me. Now it's time for Sunday school. Create what helps you and show this time. And it's taken from 2 Samuel, starting at verse 11, chapter 11, verses 1 to 11, and selected verses. And this is the story of David and Bathsheba when David does something very bad. In the spring, at the time when kings go off to war, David sent Joab out with the king's men and the whole Israelite army. They destroyed the Ammonites and besieged Rabbah, but David remained in Jerusalem. When David got up from his bed and walked around on the roof of the palace, and from the roof he saw a woman bathing. The woman was very beautiful. And David sent someone to find out about her. The man said, "Isn't this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, and the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" Then David sent messengers to get her, and she came to him, and he slept with her. She had purified herself from her uncleanness. And then she went back home. The woman conceived and sent word to David, saying, "I am pregnant." So David sent word to Joab, "Send me Uriah the Hittite." And Joab sent him to David. And when Uriah came to him, David asked him how Joab was doing and how the soldiers were and how the war was going. And then David sent Uriah, "Go down to your house, wash your feet." And so Uriah left the palace, and a gift from the king was sent after him. But Uriah slept at the entrance of the palace with all his master's servants and did not go to his house. When David was told Uriah did not go home, he asked, "Haven't you just come from a distance? Why don't you go home?" Uriah said to David, "The ark of Israel and Judah are staying in tents, and my master Joab and my Lord's men are encamped in the open fields. How can I go to my house and eat and drink and lie with my wife? As surely as you live, I will not do such a thing." Then David said to him, "Stay here one more day, and tomorrow I will send you back." So Uriah remained in Jerusalem that day and the next, and at David's invitation he ate and drank with him. Skipping down to verse 14. In the morning, David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it with Uriah. In it he wrote, "Put Uriah in the front line where the fighting is the fiercest, terrorists, then withdraw from him so that he will be struck down and die. So while Joab had the city under siege, he put Uriah at the place where he knew the strongest defenders were. And when the men of the city came out to fight against Joab, some of the men in David's army fell. Moreover, Uriah the Hittite died. Skipping down to verses 26 and 27 and then into chapter 12. When Uriah's wife heard that her husband was dead, she mourned for him, and after the time of mourning was over, David brought her to his house, and she became his wife and bore him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. The Lord sent Nathan to David when he came to him and said, "There were two men in a certain town, one rich and the other poor. The rich man had a very large number of sheep and cattle, but the poor man had nothing except one little ewe lamb he had brought. He raised it and it grew up with him and his children. It shared his food and drank from his cup, and even slept in his arms. It was like a daughter to him. Now a traveler came to the rich man, but the rich man refrained from taking one of his own sheep or cattle to prepare a meal for the traveler who had come to him. Instead, he took the ewe lamb that belonged to the poor man and prepared it for one who had come to him. David burned with anger against the man and said to Nathan, "As surely as the Lord lives, the man who did this deserves to die. He must pay for the land 4 times over, because he did such a thing and had no pity." Then Nathan said to David, "You are that man. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I anointed you king over Israel, and I delivered you from the hand of Saul, and I gave you your master's house to you, and your master's wives to your arms. I gave you the house of Israel and Judah. If all of this had been too little, I would have given you even more. Why did you despise the word of the Lord by doing what is evil in his eyes? You struck down Uriah the Hittite with a sword and took his wife to be your own. You killed him with the sword of the Ammonites. Now therefore the sword will never depart from your house, because you despised me and took the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your own. This is what the Lord says. Out of your household I am going to bring calamity upon you. Before your very eyes I will take your wives and give them to one who is close to you, and he will lie with your wives in broad daylight. You did it in secret, but I will do this thing in broad daylight before all Israel." Then David said to Nathan, "I have sinned against the Lord." Nathan replied, "The Lord has taken away your sin. You are not going to die. But because you have done this, you have made the enemies of the Lord show contempt, and so the son born to you will die." May God bless to us this strange reading of this somewhat disturbing story. And let us continue to worship God by turning to Psalm 104, verses 9 to 16, which we'll read responsibly. I'll read the odd-numbered verses, and you can read the even ones, and we'll end with 16. You set a boundary they cannot cross. Never again will they cover the earth. They gave water to all the beasts of the field. The wild donkeys quenched their thirst. The birds of the air they sing among the branches. He waters the mountains from his upper chambers. The earth is satisfied by the fruit of his work. He makes grass grow from the ground, and plants spin and bring forth food from the earth. Wine that gladdens the heart of man, oil to make his face shine, and bread that sustains his heart. The trees of corn are without water, the cedars of Lebanon and plain. And let us sing